right after this huge party that you threw on your 20th birthday, the DEA actually raided your home.
My apartment by Lake
apartment.
Merritt off Van Buren.
And I mean, according to reports, they seized $3 million worth of cocaine and crack.
Man,
Is that true at all?
man, you know them people exaggerating. They exaggerate, man. They seized like 14 kilos of crack, 7 kilos of powder, and I think it was about it was a little money in there. I think it was about $60-something thousand in there. And then but at the time they said that was the biggest crack cocaine seizure ever, which it was at the time. But I was saying, man, it's nothing but 14 kilos, you know. That was what I was saying.
Okay.
But in their minds, they like, man, you know how much crack cocaine this is, you know. But again,
okay,
that's being young and naive, you know.
I mean, you know, what they seized in your home at that point, what was the street value of that if you were just to estimate it off the top of your head?
Man, you know, for me, what I'm gonna do with it, maybe 350,000 or something like that. It's a little money. They said 3 million, man. It wasn't worth no 3 million. It ain't worth no 3 million. And that's exaggeration to justify what they're gonna do to you in the courthouse, man.
Okay, because I guess, you know, there's an article in the LA Times that said that there were wiretaps, you know, in the Henderson case, you know, saying that he was, you know, you guys were buying multi-kilo quantities of cocaine from Henderson and so forth. And Henderson was who?
Big Rudy, Rudolph Henderson. You've been doing your homework, huh, man? Yeah.
This is what I do.
You've been doing your homework. Yeah.
This is what I do.
But yeah, I started dealing with him through one of my other partners from north of Oakland originally, you know? And but I started doing so much business with Rudy that my partner that was in the middle, he said, man, I gotta just you direct me in the dude, man. You taking up too much of my time, man. You moving too much cocaine, man. And he said, man, I'm just gonna put you with him because I'm spending too much time on your business, man. You getting a lot of money. So that's how I started doing business with Rudolph.
Okay, so basically, so Henderson became your plug.
One of them. Yeah, one of them. And that's what was in the wiretaps.
Before that DEA raid of your apartment where they seized all the cocaine, did you have any arrests or any jail time or prison time before then?
I called a case when I was juvenile for misdemeanors though. You know, I never went and did no time and then like that. It was minor for some activity when I was a juvenile. You know, I got caught with a gun. I got caught with a gun in a barber shop, you know, and so I was on probation for that when I got arrested. But at the time, I had to have a gun on me at the time. I didn't have no choice then.
Okay, so basically you had, I mean, a relatively light record, and suddenly you have this raid where, I mean, it's not millions of dollars of cocaine, but it's still hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of cocaine and crack. And, you know, this was during the whole, I mean, I guess Reagan era war on drugs time where they started changing the laws and so forth.
Yeah, well, they was gonna make an example out of me though. I didn't have no bad record, and like I said, I had to have a gun on me at the time because there was a lot of violence going on in Oakland. And for a guy like me, I still was a target because you're dealing with a lot of money. And I would never leave the house at the time without having no gun on me, you know? So that's how I ended up getting caught with a gun in the barbershop, because when I went to the barbershop, when we got our haircuts, we had to have guns in our laps sitting in the barbershop. And people don't know that's how we had to live, you know? They think it's just all peaches and creams because you're hustling and getting money. But like I said, when you're dealing with money and cash and people know you got cash, that means you're a target. You know what I mean?
Well, right, because, I mean, with the drug dealer culture came the robber culture, you know, the guys that would rob the drug dealers. You know, did you have to deal with any of that yourself, with people trying to rob you or kidnap you and so forth?
No, ain't nobody ever tried to rob me, you know. But I done had guys, a couple of guys called themselves trying to extort me, but not in an aggressive way, with finesse. But you know, the rumor is, don't try to extort that little guy right there. You know, he got big nuts. So, you know, that carry weight on the streets, though. You know, just let him be fair, but don't try to take nothing from him, and don't try to extort him. So I ain't never had none of them problems, man. My reputation exceeds that.
Okay. Were there any dirty cops though along the way? Because a dirty cop will extort you a lot easier.
I've never dealt with no dirty cops and no nothing like that. I've only had cops when I was younger to approach me and say, "Hey man, you a smart young guy. You need to do something with your life. We know you got some money. You don't need the money. You need to get out, or you going to jail, man. They watching you, man. They coming to get you, man." And of course, you know, this is what we normally do. "Oh man, hey man, I don't know what they talking about." So I've had those situations, but I ain't never had no dirty cops or they on no payroll or no none. I ain't never had no type of dealings like that. Never. No, never.